Hey guys, it's Vicky. Okay, so first things first, it is last day of my Christmas break, so you're gonna have to excuse the egg look, but I'm kind of chilling a bit, you know? Last day to do that, lecture to start again tomorrow, so let's just, I did film my eyebrows in for you guys. That may be the first bit of makeup I've done all break, so you should probably feel a bit special. Okay, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be going through my PGCE application personal statement in this video. I think this is something that a few people would like to see. If you're going to apply for a PGCE, it could probably be helpful. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm hoping to get this video up on the 8th of January because that will mark a year exactly since when I sent off my PGCE UCAS application. So yeah, that would just be a pretty cool little milestone for me. Okay, so it goes without saying, quick side note, that you copying my personal statement would not be of benefit to you. I've already applied, they've already had my personal statement, so well, that's plagiarism to start with, and it needs to be personal to you. So you know, if you're serious about wanting a place, then you need to take some time about looking and thinking about what your personal statement needs to be in relation to you. If you want to use like my structure, if I even have one, then feel free, but you know, I'm just using this so someone can have an idea about what I put, and maybe it will help spur some ideas for you. So let's get into it. I need to find the document on my laptop, which is too old, to be honest. I need a new laptop, but I just got that iPad, so I don't really want to get a new laptop, but maybe I'll treat myself for getting an NQT job when I get an NQT job. Positive vibes. Okay, here it is. So, final PGCE statement. Oh, okay, right. So I've just had a quick read of my personal statement, and if I were to be applying right now, then I think there's quite a few changes I would make. So bear that in mind as you listen to what I'm about to read. I'll stop as I go along and talk about it a bit, but yeah, I'm not sure this is what I put right now. But anyway, let's give it a go, see what you think. Okay, so my first sentence. Really know what I put now, but anyway. Whilst a career in teaching has not always been at the forefront of my mind, there is no doubt that I've always enjoyed working with young people. Okay, so I think your first sentence is really important. Obviously, you want to like grab their attention. I think maybe that's what I was thinking here, grabbing their attention, because I personally, now, if I was to write this, would not start an application for teaching with whilst a career in teaching has not always been in the forefront of my mind, because I'm not sure that's the best start. But I think it probably would have grabbed their attention without why is she applying for teaching if it's not something she's never thought about, or like where's the twist, because I feel like there's a twist coming, right? So okay, let's keep going. Since the age of 16, I have found myself working with children in a variety of roles, including as a swimming teacher, as a volunteer leader with the Beaver Scouts programme, and most recently in my role as assistant house mistress in a co-ed boarding school. Okay, so that was my second sentence. So obviously I'm just kind of like bringing together all the experience I have that makes it feel relevant, that's relevant to the programme, the PGCE. So I've just quickly summarised, I think, what I will go on to talk about in a bit more depth now in my experience section. But it just lets them know that, you know, this is a relevant course for me. I have, you know, worked towards it a bit throughout my life, and sorry, yeah, and yeah, I quite like that. It just summarises what's to come. Okay, so let's keep going. The time I've spent in my current role has made me see that career in teaching is the perfect path for me to pursue. Okay, so I feel like that's the end of my little introduction paragraph. I don't actually have paragraphs in it right now, because when you upload it to UCAS, you have to use every like single letter counts. So like I got rid of spaces and stuff like that. So yeah, let's keep going. In addition to my work as a swimming teacher, I volunteered as a Beaver Scout leader for
In addition to my work as a swimming teacher, I volunteered as a Beaver Scout leader for
5 years. My role included organising and running evening activities and weekend camping trips for children aged 5 to 7. Although not an academic environment, I developed key skills during these years which could be applied to any teaching role. For example, adaptability and patience are key when working with young children. I found myself practicing these often, especially when trying to engage children in activities. If a child doesn't understand something the first way you explain it, you must explain in another way and remain patient while you work together to help them understand. Okay, so from there, that paragraph, I've taken what I've done that isn't actually academic, so working with children as a Beaver Scout leader, and I've worked it so I could see the skills that I've gained from it and how they're relevant to the PGCE, and I think that was quite nice. I quite like what I put there about if a child doesn't explain something the first way you explain it, you need to explain it another way, because obviously that's really relevant to teaching. If you're up in front of a class and someone's not understanding, then you need to think on your feet to come up with another way so that they understand what's going on. Okay, next bit. Thanks to my time at Great Ballard, I've now also had experience of working in both academic and pastoral environments. I've been able to watch various teaching methods and have learnt a lot about differentiation within both classroom and sporting environments. This aspect really highlighted the importance of adaptability and use of initiative in a teaching role. I've been able to put what I've observed into practice and would look forward to building on this and gaining more experience during my PGCE course. My role at Great Ballard School has allowed me to view school life from a wider lens. My experience has enabled me to understand the reality of working in a school. I've supported teachers in the more desirable aspects of the job, such as motivating and helping pupils to achieve their goals, and the perhaps less desirable aspects, which include discipline and paperwork. Having seen both sides, I remain convinced that I am able to complete both. Working with children throughout the school day and then into the evenings, I've managed to form relationships with both, which are both formal but friendly, maintaining the necessary boundaries and mutual respect which are essential in any student-teacher relationship. This experience has been invaluable, as I believe that teaching is about more than simply what can be learned in the classroom. Okay, so a quick chat about that. I think obviously my time as a TA house mistress was my most relevant experience to my PGCE course, so that is like a big chunk of my personal statement and what I've really drawn on. Again, I was bringing out key skills that I'd learned and just demonstrating that I understand the role of a teacher. That it's not only about teaching, and from most of the teachers that I've spoken to, they've always said that they wish the role was only teaching, but there's so much more to the role than just that. So yeah, I quite like that actually. And mentioning like the student-teacher relationship, I think they're just key things about becoming a teacher, so I'm quite happy with that bit. So let's see what I said next. Okay, so following on from what I just read, here we go. A teacher's role transcends that, so that's transcends what can be learned in the classroom, just the teaching, because young people look to them as role models for guidance and mentoring. As much as I bring necessary skills to the role, such as good communication, mentoring, patience and leadership, I also look forward to how much teaching will stretch me personally and professionally. Okay, so I think that's kind of like the end of that section for me. I've kind of finished drawing on the skills that I've gained, why I think I'd be a good teacher maybe, and demonstrating that I understand the role of a teacher and why I think I'd be a good fit for that. And I think now I'm coming up to like my finishing remarks. So I've got a couple of sentences left. I think this is a bit, well, I'll talk about it after. Okay, so let's keep going. The impact a teacher can leave upon their students can be positively profound, leaving a lasting impact throughout their lives, and this is my main drive to succeed as a qualified teacher. The teachers which have resonated with me most throughout my time in education have been those who are engaging and passionate. This is something I would enthusiastically bring to the role. Not only do I intend to prepare children academically, but I also intend to prepare them mentally. providing them with the tools to cope with the many stresses that life brings. I can only imagine how fulfilling it would be to see a child flourish and achieve great things under my guidance and support. Okay, so in that last bit, again, I was highlighting that I understand the role that a teacher has. I've also put in there really the kind of teacher that I'd like to be, and the teachers that have really, stuck with me throughout my life, who are engaging and passionate. And yeah, that's exactly the teacher that I'd like to be. And I think, especially the last bit, that's very true. It's very personal to me. I'm not just about teaching the children for exams or for whatever it is that the curriculum's on. I think children should go to school because they need to develop skills to cope with everyday life, with everything that life can possibly throw at them. So yeah, that's really quite personal to me, but yeah, I hope going through that was helpful. So having gone through that, just a quick recap about things that I think you should include in your PGCE personal statement. So drawing on experience is really important, I think, because having that experience, although I don't know, maybe you could get a place without it, I think having that experience is really key, and it's something that I draw on a lot in my interviews as well. Just situations that you've been in and little details that you wouldn't know unless you've had the experience. So drawing on experience is a massive part. As you can see, that took up most of my application, so make sure you're doing that. The skills that you have that make you relevant for the course, that demonstrate that you would make a good teacher, just good communication, understanding, I think empathy even, just adaptability, like initiative, being creative, just key skills that would make you a good teacher that you think you have, and if you can demonstrate that you have them through experience, even better. I also think you should demonstrate your understanding of the role of a teacher, that it's not just teaching, that like I mentioned about the desirable and the less desirable parts of the role. Just mention that teaching takes a lot and is more than just the time spent in a classroom, just in front of children. Yeah. And then finally, I think I really like that I ended on this, but obviously you can put it anywhere or use my structure, whatever you want. The why I want to be a teacher. Just a bit of a personal insight. Why are you particular, why will you make a good teacher? What's driving you to become the best teacher you can possibly become? Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I've gone through my personal statement. I've made some comments about things I'd change or what I thought about it. Do let me know what you think about it below. Anything you'd have changed, or if anyone needs any help with personal statement writing, then feel free to drop me a message or comment or anything. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Green Teach, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions or anything like that. So just drop me a DM. I managed to get this up on the day that I wanted to, the 8th of January, then it has been exactly a year since I sent this application off, which is really exciting. I wasn't sure that I was going to get a place, and I managed to get a place at UCL, which is like the number one. I have set up an Instagram page now, the same handle as my Twitter, and it's just more of a like day-to-day insight. So if you're interested in that, you're not sure if you want to apply, or if teaching's the right thing for you, then feel free to give that a quick look. I try to post on it every day, but obviously I'm about to go back into lectures and stuff, and things are going to get busy, but try my best to keep up. I'm meant to be going back on placement, so I've got lectures Monday to Wednesday, and then on Thursday I was meant to be going back to placement, the same class that I was with before Christmas, for another 5 weeks, but obviously the government, well not obviously, but the government has announced that primary schools will be closed for the first 2 weeks until the 18th of January. So to be honest, I am really upset about that because I was really looking forward to my time in the class. But obviously it's the right thing to do. I think keeping students and teachers safe, obviously the right thing, but it doesn't mean that I can't be sad about it, and I am. But we move, Waiting to find out what UCL is going to do about that, if they're going to move our lectures and move our placements later or something like that. So when I know what's going on with that, it'll probably go up on my Instagram. Yeah, I just want to say that I hope you all had a really nice Christmas and New Year, you know, with what could be allowed with the current restrictions in place. You know, I look forward to next year, and you know, everything's just going to be so much better because we're going to be so much more grateful for the time that we can spend together. So I think that's all from me. Oh, actually, someone left a comment on one of my videos about what happens if you fail an audit, and YouTube won't let me reply to the comment, I don't know why. But basically, if you fail an audit throughout your time, like when you're on the PGCE, then you get put in like some extra support for like maths, English, science, whatever it is that you failed, and I think you get a chance to retake it. I'm not sure what happens if you don't continue to progress. You know, I hope that I don't find that out from anyone on my course, and you know, I don't think I will, but if I do, then I will let you know. Yeah, okay, so that's it. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.